Welcome back, everybody, to the Desmond Payne Road to the Show here on MLB The Show 16. This is episode number 30. And as of late, Desmond Payne has transformed himself into an up-and-coming power hitter. It's been fun seeing more home runs and more extra base hits. We're in a new series now against the Cleveland Indians, and this is Desmond Payne walking on 4 pitches. He's on first base, taking off for second, and there's a base hit to right, which means Payne is going to advance all the way to third, putting runners at the corners. Still nobody down, but a ground ball here in the infield is a double play ball, and they do turn 2. Payne still scores, which gives Texas an early lead, which they're hanging on to going into bottom 5 for Payne. 2 outs and 2 on with a 2-2 count. And here is the 2-2 pitch as Payne lines that one kind of awkwardly. In slow motion, it seemed, to short. We're going to go ahead to the 8th inning, and here is Desmond Payne with a single up the middle. That will help raise the average a bit as he enters today's episode with a .287 average. And Texas looking to add on to their lead here in the 8th, load the bases with 1 down. And then Julio Franco lifts one deep to left, and that is a grand slam, and one that helps Texas ice this game. We've seen this team come on strong in the second half of the season. They keep creeping closer to a 500 record, and they're in the midst of that wild card race, which is super competitive. And it seems like after all the trades they made this season, things have finally settled down, and the lineup is starting to really produce as a team. Now, we're going into Game 3 against Cleveland, as Payne did not play Game 2, and Texas lost. Here's a slow ground ball to short, and Payne has the speed to leg that one out for another base hit. He ends up on third base, runners at the corners with 2 down, and there is a ground ball fielded by the first baseman, and he tags the bag to end the inning. Let's go ahead to the 4th inning. Still scoreless. The 1-1 pitch is swung on by Payne, and it just dribbles up the line, and again he reaches thanks to the wheels. Another infield single, and then Payne wants to take off. Prince Fielder strikes out, and Payne steals second successfully. That's his 16th stolen base of the season. In scoring position now with 2 down, and a fly ball to left, but a lazy one. And that is it for this inning. Both teams struggling to score. They eventually do, but the game is still tied bottom 8. A man on first, 2 down for Desmond Payne as he sits back, sends it to right, and the diving catch robs Payne of another base hit. This game went to extras. Cleveland scored 2, top of the 10th. Texas already 1 on the board, but need another one. Runners at the corners. A deep drive by Payne to center. And it's caught, but definitely far enough to advance the runner from third base and tie this game. Payne comes through, despite not getting a hit. Could Texas finish this with a victory? They couldn't in the 10th. And then top 11, Cleveland tacks on another run, putting the pressure on Texas once again. Bottom 11, Franco strikes out, Franklin grounds out, and Pera strikes out. The Rangers lose this one. It was their 2nd loss in a row, but it was a 4-game set, so they could still split things against Cleveland. Here's Payne as the Rangers are trailing by 1, bottom 3, 2 down, nobody on, and a single up the middle. Not seeing a lot of big swings from Payne in this episode, but at least he's getting on base, looking to steal second. There's a ground ball to the second baseman, and that is it for this inning. Again, Payne left on base as we go bottom 7. A 6-4 Texas lead now. Payne with nobody on, nobody out, and a 2-0 count. The ground ball up the middle, and a tough play for the shortstop that he can't make in time. Another infield single. We haven't seen a lot of these lately, and now it's coming in bulk. Bases loaded, 1 down, and a ground ball to the first baseman. Out at second, they turn 2, and Payne again cannot score. Texas still wins this game, however, 6-4. Derek Holland collects his 10th victory. Neftali Feliz collects his 30th save. So lately, it's been Payne's speed getting him on base, so there's no chance I'm letting that drop. As a matter of fact, it raises 2 points. New series in the division against the Seattle Mariners against King Felix Hernandez. Payne reaches on another infield single. At least he's hitting these slowly, I guess. It's not how I prefer him to get on base, but at least it's happening. And then there's a fly ball. Payne took off for second as he normally does after a single, and it didn't pay off for him. let's jump ahead to the 7th. Seattle up 1-0, and Payne lays down a bunt, and it was a perfect one. Is that his first bunt for a hit? It might be. In that case, he definitely peaked too soon, because this is an amazing bunt past Hernandez. Easy foot race down first base line, and Payne ends up again with an infield single. He's taken off again, fielder strikes out, and Payne swipes second. And he hasn't been caught stealing in quite some time. 2-2 count with 2 outs, and this gets down and left. Payne's gonna challenge, and look at this throw. It looked like he missed the cutoff, and it just had no chance. I was worried this was gonna be an over-aggressive push, but it all worked out. Payne tied the game, and let's go bottom 9. Now Payne trying to win the game. Man on first, 1 down, and Payne sends one deep to left, over the left fielder's head, and that's going to end the game. A walk-off double by Desmond Payne. He tied the game and won the game. But of course, give a lot of credit to Leonys Martin. He took off with his wheels from first base. Payne put that ball out of reach, and Martin never slowed up. The Rangers get another big victory, a very clutch hit by Desmond Payne. In an episode littered with infield singles, he comes through with an opposite field double in spectacular fashion. Payne was player of the game, and for the first time, I see that this game has Gatorade baths. Payne gets drenched after his 3-for-4 day and game-winning double, and his surge as of late has helped the Rangers get into this wildcard race. It's thick, and there are 3 teams tied at the top, but the Rangers are only 2.5 games back. And with about a month to go in the season, every game matters a little bit more in this tight playoff race. Next game against the Mariners. Here is Desmond Payne swinging and missing at the changeup. With a 1-2 count, then Taijuan Walker drops the curveball in the dirt, and Payne strikes out. We're going to jump forward. Another low-scoring game, 3-0 Seattle, bottom of the 6th inning. That time Payne sat back, but still couldn't do anything with the 12-6. And then the full count. Slow chopper up the middle. Desmond Payne again reaching on an infield single. We've seen the power for 2 episodes straight, and now we're just going to see him get hits with barely any contact on the ball. But hey, he keeps stealing second, so the end result is ultimately an extra base hit. Or at least close enough. He ends up on third, full count, 2 out, and a routine ground ball to short keeps Payne from scoring yet again. Going forward into the 8th inning, Seattle now up 4-0. Man on first, ripped to right, and caught by the right fielder. Good pop off the bat that time, and Texas tacked on a few runs, giving Payne another chance, bottom of the 9th inning. Runner at second, 1 down. Payne looks at a fastball outside the zone to jump ahead 2-0. And then he gets underneath one and lifts it into foul territory at the seats. And caught! Payne could not come through with the clutch at bat this time, and the Mariners end up winning thanks to a solid start by Taijuan Walker. So into Game 3 against the Mariners. At least try to win these series, just take 2 of 3. And that's what we want to see. Solid contact, base hit to left. Will Payne take off again? Of course he will. And there's a deep drive to right. Payne watches it leave the yard, and that's a 2-run home run by Steven Tejera. Like I said, we're seeing a lot of players get involved in this offense. They lead 6-0 bottom of the 6th inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. Payne just looking at all these potential RBIs, but he falls behind. Then evens the count at 2 apiece. The 2-2, and Payne breaks his bat, popping it up, and it's caught by the third baseman. Situations like this is why I've raised Payne's batting clutch so much. I don't like seeing these weak pop-ups and just disappointments with runners in scoring position. So this game is pretty much wrapped up. It's an 8-run lead. Payne almost gets a hit down the line, and then swings through a fastball there and strikes out. He ends up 1 for 5 in this game and missed some opportunities. His lone hit came back in the 1st inning, but the Rangers take that series. And we're going to put some points now into arm strength. Sure, that'll come in handy before too long. Let's jump into a new series against the Houston Astros. Payne batting .400 over his last 6 games and has a pretty respectable hitting streak entering this one. Payne trying to make it 8 games in a row. Bottom first. And that's going down the line. 8-game hitting streak and extra bases. And Payne ends up on second with a stand-up double. Now, they haven't done a good job bringing him around in this episode. 2 on, 2 outs. And a routine ground ball keeps Payne stranded yet again. Ahead to the bottom of the 5th inning. A tied game at 2 apiece. Payne down the line again. Slicing foul. And the diving Evan Gattis can't make the play. Payne gets another chance. Full count. And lifts this one into left. A routine play this time for Evan Gattis. And he makes the catch. We've yet to see Payne in the field in this episode, so let's go to that now. Top 6, 2 down, and a fly ball sending Payne back. He just jogs casually underneath this one to make the grab there deep in center. Let's go back to the batter's box. Bottom 10 as a lefty, 1-2 count. Payne swings and fouls off the sinker. And the count gets evened and then full. 3-2 with 1 down. And Payne swings behind that 90-mile-per-hour fastball. There were definitely some swing timing issues in this episode, but a chance to win the game again. Bottom 12, and Payne lifts one again into the shallow part of the outfield, meaning that there's no chance at a tag, and Texas would ultimately win this game. But Payne had some missed opportunities, and this was an overall kind of weird episode. Swing timing definitely got a little bit off track, so that's got to get cleaned up. But Texas is winning games. Payne's average did go up. It's just the way it went up isn't a way you think is sustainable. It's now at 294, 87 hits, 27 ribbies, no home runs this episode. But perhaps in episode 31, he goes yard. We'll see. That's going to do it for today. We'll catch up on Payne and the Texas Rangers playoff hopes next episode. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment below any feedback you have and subscribe. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you guys in the next episode.